Welcome everybody to both sides of the conversation. I'm John Henry, Executive Director. Today is Tuesday, so you know what that means. We're having another Hidden Gem segment, community. It is always great. Every Tuesday at 7 o'clock, we are here to uplift our Black and brown businesses, our community leaders, and folks in our community that are doing positive things to impact our community. So I am excited today to be here. With that being said, I want to say thank you to all of the community that's been sending love and prayers. As you all know, I had to put to rest a loved one today, and there was 5 other funerals today in our community as this gun violence continues to ripple through our community and leave the trauma, the pain of it all for families and folks to deal with. And just as I was coming into the house, there was another shooting on the freeway today. Again, we got some work to do, community. We're going to have some violence conferences. We're going to have some conversations around gun violence. You know, this epidemic is impacting all of our communities. This is something for all community folks to be a part of. It is a solidarity thing. Okay. I keep telling community folks, if we don't come together, if we don't start working, you can't just smear down there and say, hey, that's them, that's their problem. This violence is no exempt for any family in our community. If it's not you today, it could be you tomorrow. So let's be a part of the process of change. And I will be there. I'll walk with you, and we'll continue to do our part as well. Again, just so many emotions, so many things to see it. I'll say it again. Like we heard from the brother the other day, Mark, when the brother asked you, how you doing? And you look at the children, it's not looking good for our community. We got some work to do, community, and it starts with the elders. It starts with the leaders of the families in the community. You know, some of the things that I'm seeing it's terrible, outright terrible in our community. And we have to hold each other accountable. We have to lift each other up. The level of disrespect from our young people and understanding of how to handle themselves in situations and just in spaces. We got some work to teach our young people, some etiquette, some protocols, and we have our elders and seniors and things around and how to conduct ourselves. So again, more of those conversations coming up. But again, thank you, community, for continuing to keep me, my family, and the other families in your prayer, because at the end of the day, we are all impacted when gun violence happens in our community. So again, thank you all for being patient. And again, I'm here. And we know Sister Io ain't here today. She'll be back, community, but keep her in her prayers uplifted. There's so many things happening in our community, and everybody needs that extra coverage. So do your part and pray for some of the folks in the community so that they keep pushing along. Also, we got our educational Thursday show coming up this Thursday. We're going to have a phenomenal presentation on grant writing. Make sure you tune in and be a part of this segment, as every Thursday we are trying to intentionally bring information, education to our community. If you're a nonprofit owner or folks who are looking for grant support, this queen, Marthea, is going to come on and give some game and some gems to our community about grant writing, services, and support. So looking forward to that this Thursday. Also this Sunday for our Sunday conversation, we're wrapping up week 3 of our Sunday conversation on relationships. This week we are talking about how social media affects adults and dating and relationships. We got to have a real conversation about this social media, how it impacts us every day. How do we use social media to help us in relationships, and how does it hurt us? There's going to be some great conversation. We'll have some great folks to come on and talk about it. But again, more work to do as we continue to uplift community, keep tackling these taboo and stigma conversations. Again, as we're trying to change the narrative and uplift the voices of the community, it takes us all. Tune in, be a part of it. Looking forward to seeing you all this Sunday. With that being said, my brother's here, the Reverend, the voice, Mark Scott. What's going on, King? Holla at the people.
Well, Bishop, first of all, let me just say my condolences to you personally and to everybody else that have had to deal with the tragedies going on of losing loved ones. Uh, I'm amazed sometimes, Bishop, at just watching how hard you go for the community, even when you're facing your own situation. So I just want to, first of all, tip my hat off to you and to the rest of the community. Glad that you're tuning in. I'm excited about tonight. We have another wonderful Hidden Gems show for you. We've got some phenomenal people that are going to be able to highlight some amazing information. We do have a serious condition in our society and our culture right now when it comes to the issues of violence and just how we treat each other. So hopefully, as we keep having these conversations, we can bring some more awareness and raise the level of consciousness so we can have more value on life. But I'm glad to be here, glad to be a part of both sides of the conversation, and I'm ready to kick off this Hidden Gems.
Man, it's always glad to see you and work on the side of you, brother Reverend, the voice. Just happy to have you and looking forward to getting through today's show. With that being said, community, y'all know this heat wave has been taking an impact here in the Bay Area, especially in the East Bay, as they have been seeing temperatures over 105 degrees. Community, stay cool out there. I know it cooled off a little bit, but it's coming back this weekend. Make sure you all doing your part to stay hydrated. Check on your loved one, your elders. All right, a lot of power outages and things happen. Be prepared in this heat. And if you do have a failure of power, are you in a situation where you don't have air conditioning? There are a number of cooling centers across the Bay Area that'll be open. Please make sure you check your local stations and find out where you could go to keep cool, because these temperatures are extreme, and we don't want to lose any more folks to heat strokes and people driving with pets in the car and young people. Please get them out the cars, community. We don't need no more stories of young people being left in the cars dying of heat strokes and things of that nature. So with that being said, we'll get into our community news, and then Reverend's going to take us into the events, and we're going to bring these amazing hidden gems up here one at a time and hear all the amazing things that they're doing to help impact community, their businesses, and all the great things that's taking place. With that being said, a U.S. soldier believed to be in North Korea is in custody after unauthorized border crossing. North Korea officials say Private Second Class Travis King crossed into North Korea willfully and without authorization, and will be believed to be in custody of the country forces, officials say Tuesday. After serving time at a detention facility in South Korea, he was escorted to the airport and a flight back to the U.S. Again, you guys know there's tensions in the Mideast, there's tensions happening across the country. Be careful, folks out there. Know where you at, so you don't get caught up, as these countries are having all-time issues with American citizens and troops and all that stuff. So be careful out there while y'all traveling aboard. Make sure you understand the realms and you're reaching out to the Secretary of State before you go traveling in spaces, so you make sure you are in the safe space. Also, Russia halts participation in Ukraine's grain deal. The Kremlin says Russia has halted its participation in a deal that would allow war-torn Ukrainians to ship grain through the Black Sea to the ports for the world struggling for hunger, dealing with the blow to global food security. Moscow invasion last year sent prices soaring. More than 32 million metric tons of corn, wheat, and other grains have been exported by Ukraine under this arrangement. Again, it's terrible when war things happen. Let's continue to pray for those folks over there. And again, it's a lot going on. Also, Bay Area drivers may soon get automatic tickets for going 11 miles per hour over speed limit. This is crazy, community. I don't know if this bill is going to pass. I need all the community, when it's time to vote, y'all better vote this bill down. This is nuts, okay? But what they're saying is drivers may soon get speeding tickets without even talking to an officer. If Assembly Bill 645 gets approved, authorizing speed limit cameras and automatic billing systems, the speed safety system can capture images of the rear license plates of vehicles traveling 11 miles per hour or more over posted speed limits. I can't even think about this. This is crazy. Okay. I don't want Big Brother watching me that bad, but again, they're putting more cameras on the highways. This is terrible. More way for the government to take advantage of the citizens, insurance companies to take advantage. See, this is why we have to get a part of the process, community. We have to have a seat at the table and be a part of these bills, because these folks who don't drive cars, these folks who have drivers, these wealthy upper class 1%ers, okay, they don't have a reality of what it takes being a single parent, being in the community, having to get to work. Sometimes we all rush. I know I'm always over. I ain't gonna say that. I'm always over a few miles per hour. Okay, I don't want to get a $500 ticket because I'm 11 miles per hour over speed. What is going on in our country? Community, get involved. Okay, voting season is coming. When you see Senate Bill 405 up, don't approve this. Y'all make sure y'all reach out to your senators and to your folks who are in leadership and tell them, hey, we ain't going for this, okay? The insurance companies are robbing Americans enough as it is, okay? And we don't need this. It's only going to cause more disparities, more injustices, and more financial impact to our community who's already struggling to survive as it is. Again, community, get involved. We cannot let this bill pass. Also, tragic news. A 3-year-old shoots and kills 1-year-old sister with an unsecured handgun. Authorities say a 3-year-old accidentally shot and killed their 1-year-old sibling Monday in Fall Park, California, after getting a hold of an unsecured firearm in San Diego County. Sheriff deputies responded to the shooting around 7:30 a.m. after they learned that a 3-year-old got a hold of an unsecured firearm, killing his 1-year-old sister. Tragic. All right. Again, if you are a gun owner, okay, I'm not going to sit here and say all this stuff about, I don't want to get into political things about guns, okay? But what I want to say, community, we have to be responsible. All right. If you're a firearm owner and you went through this training, be careful if you have young kids in your vicinity, around your home with a firearm. Please lock up your firearms. Make sure that you are doing the right things to protect your family, your children. It is despicable when these type of things happen. It's a lack of understanding, a lack of training, a lack of discipline, all of that. So again, if you are a firearm owner and you have young people around your home or in the possession of firearms around these young people, make sure that you have your locks and things secure so that if they do get a hold of it, which they shouldn't get a hold of it, that they won't have something tragic like that. Also, the Vallejo Police Union Chief is body camera analyst. It's terrible to hear this, okay? This is what I'll be talking about when we talk about justice, we talk about equality and equity, all these things that we fight for, all right? They've been going to bat about this, and the police chief has finally found a way to remove the cameras off the bodies of officers in Vallejo. As you all know, Vallejo has had a troubled past of shooting and killing Black and brown folks, and those body cameras have caught a number of inappropriate, excessive force, things that have impacted the community. So this type of, analysis of having this removed is terrible for our community. And I hope folks get out there and, we have to get this to change. We have to have body cameras on our officers. Again, it is a public servant duty, and I'm going to fight for this to the end, okay? They have a choice when they take these jobs, all right? And they have a responsibility in a role. And these cameras help identify sometimes some of the tragic events of excessive force, misconduct in our law enforcement. And I don't want to say, because I hear officers say it's invaded their privacy. No, I don't want to hear that. You have a responsibility as a public servant to be accountable for your actions when you have that badge on, when you are protecting the community, as you say, and that oath you took. And again, we're going to rally behind getting this in law. And this is what I'm saying about our lawmakers after George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, all of this push, all this marching. And this is why I say, community, we got to stop being reactive and really be intentional to make change. We still don't have a police brutality bill. We're letting our legislative folks off the hook. All right. And all they do is say, hey, here come the Black folks. Something happened. They rally, they cause noise, they do all of these things, and then we go away. We got to continue the momentum. Okay. We cannot stop. We have to hold these folks accountable because we know these cameras are very important to sometimes the justice for our families and some of the bad behavior that's going on in our communities. And a lot of these officers here in the Bay Area are not excluded from some of the troubles and terrible things that are happening across this country. So again, community, we have to continue to stay in solidarity. We got to continue to be intentional, be proactive and not reactive. Let's be proactive. Let's take the time to engage and let's come together and continue to press together to really have true justice and a change in our judicial system. And it starts with all of us. So again, community, we got work to do. It's not over. We cannot take our foot off the gas and think we have made it to a place of settledness or ease when it comes to community policing and the things that we deal with in our community. With that being said, enough of me. Okay, I'm shutting up, community. I'm going to pass it over to the Reverend so he can get through our community events. The Voice. Mark, hit him up with all of the events today, King.
All right. Y'all bear with me. We do have several events. So let's go ahead and get started. The Dream Keeper Initiative Community Update Meeting will be held Wednesday, July 19th, 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. See the link in the description. Also, we have Survivor Community San Francisco Chapter Summer of Healing on Thursday, July 20th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. It'll be located at 1550 Evans Street here in San Francisco. So come out, enjoy music, free food, healings, massages, the community, and unity. Youth Speaks is hosting Brave New Voices. Youth Speaks International Poetry Slam Festival. There will be youth writing workshops and performances by artists and activists, also on July 20th through the 22nd. And Clippers, Not Clips, is looking for transitional youth ages 16 to 25 who are interested in barbering and cosmetology pre apprenticeship. July 26, 2023, from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. at 4734 3rd Street in San Francisco. Also in the community, 3rd Street Friday Night Market. Support Black businesses, shop local men's and women's wear, gift items, and music and fun. Vendors are wanted every Friday in July from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at 1700 Yosemite across from Cafe Envy. And the YMCA's 90s theme, Back on the Block Party and Resource Fair, will be held Friday, July 28th from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. at 1654 Sunnydale Avenue in San Francisco. Come out for the resources, the music, food, and more. Also, we have OMI Cultural Participation Projects, Community Cleanup, July 29th, 2023 at 9:30 a.m. adjacent to the 65th Street Charles Avenue in San Francisco. See the link in description. Visit. Refreshments and materials will be provided. Also in the community, we have City College San Francisco Mission Office is offering a free 18-week certificate program with job placement services for office positions in the construction industry. Classes are August to December 2023 and will be held at 1125 Valencia Street here in San Francisco. And the Taraval Police Station National Night Out 2023, August 1st from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Minnie and Lovely Ward Recreational Center, 650 Capitol Avenue. Come out and join us for an evening filled with food, music, entertainment, and fun activities. Also, we have the Mo Magic will be hosting the backpack giveaways on August the 5th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Ella Hill Hutch, at 1050 McAllister Street there in San Francisco. And how about them apples? Cupcake Mingle party and August 5th, 2023 from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Tickets are $50. For tickets, email link below or call the phone number there in the description. And also Sam Jordan's second annual block party, August the 6th, from 12 to 6 p.m. at the 1600 block of Galvez Street, Sam Jordan's Way. Live entertainment. There will be a kids zone, food vendors, and retail vendors as well. Also in the community, we have Black and Beautiful Family Reunion on August the 5th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Bayview YMCA, located at 1601 Lane Street in San Francisco. There will be free haircuts, music, free food, giveaways, and also food trucks. Also, their Be Magic will also be hosting another backpack giveaway on August the 12th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Now Hunters Point at 155 Jennings Street in San Francisco. And the summer 2023 employment workshops. Drop-ins and walk-ins are welcome. It'll be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's going from June 5th all the way through August 17th, so it is ongoing, located at 55 Taylor Street in San Francisco. See the email and phone number in the description. Code Tenderloins, 12-week Community Health Worker Certificate Program. Classes begin August 14th on Zoom. Client-centered caseworking training. It'll be Monday through Thursdays from 5:30 to 8 p.m. Contact Joel at the link in the description. Chillin' and Grillin'. San Francisco District 11, Sunday, August 20th, 2023, at Ocean View Park at 650 Capitol Avenue and Montana. It'll be from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. It's free to the public. Information, see Maurice Rivers, the link in the description. Also, Code Tenderloins Job Readiness Program, September the 5th, 2023, at 222 2nd Street in San Francisco. It'll be Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Orientation will be Friday, September the 1st, 2023 at 55 Taylor Street. Contact Joel or Angela. See the information in the description. Also, Code Tenderloin's free coding boot camp, September the 6th through the 25th, Monday through Thursday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at 55 Taylor Street. Also, you can contact Joel as well for more information. A new vaccination site for COVID-19 booster, monkeypox, and antiviral pill treatment will be located at 330 Ellis Street, Thursdays, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m., as well as 1221 Mission Street, also on Saturdays from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. And the San Francisco Justice Project presents the SF Museum for All program. It's free, or there are $3 admission to low-income families in the San Francisco area, available all summer long. And the community living room is now open all day, Monday through Friday. They'll be serving breakfast from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., and they'll be offering a grab-and-go lunch from 2:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. And it's located at the City of Hope Cafe at 750 Ellis Street in San Francisco. And the Farmers Market, located at the Southeast Community Center, 1550 Evans Avenue. San Francisco every Thursday now through November the 30th from 3 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. They accept cash, debit, and EBT. Also, we have the OMI Cultural Participation Projects, a day at the races, Saturday, August the 26th, 11:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Golden Gate Fields Racetrack Turf Club, located at 1100 East Shore Highway in Berkeley. The entry fee is $100. Contact Maurice Rivers. See the link in the description. Also, OMI Cultural Participation Projects, The Wiz, Saturday, January 27th, 2024 at 7:30 p.m. at the Golden Gate Theater at 1 Taylor Street in San Francisco. Also, San Francisco Human Rights Commission has regular bi-monthly commission meetings on the second and fourth Thursday of each month at 5 p.m. in San Francisco City Hall, room 416. You can also attend via Zoom. See the information in the description. Join both sides of the conversation for our public board meeting. It'll be Wednesday, July 26th at 7 p.m. on Zoom. Please note, registration is required to receive the meeting link. Please click the link to register in the description. Would you like to promote your business, nonprofit, or community impact? Then sign up for our Hidden Gems show, or share your expertise on Educational Thursdays, or even be a panelist on our Sunday conversations. You can keep up with us, both sides of the conversation's latest shows and community outreach events. Follow us on all social media platforms. You can also subscribe to our newsletter at bsotc.org. And both sides of the conversation welcomes individuals who are interested in giving back to their community to join us as volunteers. We value the positive impact that volunteers can make and invite you to be a part of our mission to uplift and support our community. Also, here at both sides of the conversation, we kindly do request your invaluable support to our podcast and community engagement endeavors. We do cordially invite you to explore any of our donation links, as your generous contributions will greatly aid us in enhancing our programming. So that will do it for our community events. Bishop.
Wow. Great to get through all the events and not a number of free events to the community. Please get out there and check out. I know it's summertime. I know there's a lot of challenges. These events are free to the community. Come out and enjoy. There's a number of backpack giveaways as school is approaching. A lot of opportunities for community folks to come out and get all the support and tools that they're needed. And we have a lot of them. We're going to continue to uplift them and push them out as we get all of them on our our screen and out to the community. Also, want to give some good news that's coming out. We'll give you more as we get the final details of it, but we will be working in partnership with UCSF to bring some true equity to our community when we talk about employment, internship. We have a phenomenal leader at UCSF that is going to partner with both sides of the conversation and some of the community organizations to help our people create a pathway, true equity community. They're not just talking about it. They want to make sure our community is part of the UCSF galaxy and, give our community folks an opportunity, okay, to get in these spaces. As we know, when we talk about equity, inclusion, and all of these great things, it's great to have real action behind what's going on. So I'm excited and I'm looking forward to bringing more of the information to the community as we get up to speed on what it's going to look like. But there's a number of opportunity and pathways for our community. So we are excited. With that being said, I don't know where my guest is. He disappeared from the screen for a second. But we're going to get ready to bring up our first hidden gem tonight. He's moving around somewhere. This brother is getting it cracking. I guess he got the grill going, the lobster in there, something's going on. Where's my brother Grant at? There you go. Brother, going on, brother? I'm looking for you. I'm like, he must got something brewing in the kitchen back there. What's brewing in the kitchen, brother?
Oh, you know it. Yeah, you know it's brewing in the kitchen, man. We training people at the same time. We getting ready for this grand opening. You know what I'm talking about? We got orders pulling up, and we just trying to figure out how to make the system work while I'm on a 2-hour podcast. That's how we do it, teamwork.
The teamwork makes the dream work. For all y'all that don't know, he's out there mobily cooking and grinding, okay? This is my brother, James Grant from Let's Getting Cracking. I know he got some phenomenal news that he's going to break to the community. As you all know, he started off as a pop-up, okay? A pop-up Black business serving some of the best seafood cuisine in the Bay Area. Let me tell you, let's get it cracking, because I was out there. I picked up a nice plate of shrimp and all the amazing stuff that he put together for the bishop. So I can attest to it. It's real good food, brother. But go ahead and talk to the people about what you got cooking.
Man, I'm James Grant at Let's Get Cracking. I appreciate you all. I'm a seafood chef, an entrepreneur, a public figure. I teach entrepreneurship. That's what we do on a daily. I help build food trailers for people starting from ground up, want to get their feet wet and they can't really afford the industry. So right now we're working on the grand opening. And Henry, last time we was talking, I want to say I just purchased a food truck. Last time I was on the podcast, I just purchased a food truck with a good business partner of mine, Devlin Carter, Side Collective. So 2 years later, the food truck is finally done. So we went from restaurants to the food trucks, to the built trailers, and we just put our head down and grind. Every day isn't sunshine, every day isn't a very lucrative day, but as long as you put your head down and grind, you will see results at the end of the tunnel, So I'm just here to share light on my story, and hopefully my story could bring light to someone else's story, and they could see, my journey may not be your journey, but you could be influenced. Hopefully in some way I can help motivate the entrepreneurs coming up and the entrepreneurs that still exist. And on the flip side, entrepreneurs, we look out for other entrepreneurs and we motivate other entrepreneurs and we help each other get through the tough times. Behind the scenes, you would never imagine what we go through, but we don't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But what we're going to do is we're going to share this journey and we're going to make sure all of our people win. That's what we're here to do it for. That's what we're here for success. Prosperity. That's what we're about.
Man.
Grand opening definitely coming. Huh?
Go ahead. Tell us about the grand opening. What's the location?
So that's a secret.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's a secret.
Are you gonna break news here? I need you to come break news when you about to open up. You gotta come break news here, okay?
Okay. So my business partner, I've never announced it. Me and him, we never announced it. But my business partner is one of the up and coming biggest designers in the world. His name is Devlin Carter, Side Collective. The time that you had seen me and we had did the podcast and you came and supported your young brother, that's when I met Devlin Carter. And so I had came to him one day, was like, yo, look, I got this amount of money. would you like to go in on a food truck? Immediately, he was like, yes. He didn't know me from a can of paint. This man didn't know me from a can of paint. I love this dude. He didn't know me from a can of paint, but he's all about his community, and he's all about seeing people win, you know? So we end up going in on a food truck. Now, my business partner just bought a cannabis club. See, I'm over here telling secrets. See what we're supposed to do is, okay, so my business partner just bought a cannabis club, right? So he hasn't announced the grand opening for his cannabis club because so he owns a cannabis club, and so we went joint venture on food truck. Now the food truck is going to be parked on the cannabis club grounds. He ended up buying the whole facility, so he's got all the land over there, and so he's building something so exotic on the land to make it look like we're somewhere else that we're not. But I'm not gonna share too much with you. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing this right here. It's supposed to be a celebration. It's supposed to be a celebration. No one knows who my business partner is, you know. So when they see us do our grand opening together, and then announcing multiple grand openings all at the same time, it's gonna be a beautiful, beautiful thing, you know. So I'm gonna leave the rest of the secret. I'm gonna leave the rest of the secret for when we do that.
That's fine. I promise you, the bishop will not expose the secret. Okay, I won't let it out. But I need you to come back on as we lead up to it and you ready to break ground. After you open up, I definitely got to get you to come back.
Yeah. So my business partner, you know, he's seen something in me, and he's just bringing this vision to reality. So on the cannabis grounds, there's a whole section that he's designed for other up and coming entrepreneurs. He also has other business relations with other entrepreneurs to have their business here on the grounds. So like I was saying, I'm gonna have my food truck there. You got your cannabis, okay? You've got your yoga going on. You've got your workout going on, and the whole background is to make it look like we're somewhere that we're not. So there's an outside dining area. It's safe. It's comfortable. 24-hour security. Okay, I'm not gonna tell no more.
Hey, it sounds like there's complete wellness and healing that's about to take place. I don't know, but that sounds like right. That. But I gotta jump in here and ask you some questions because you know every time you come on here, you know, one, I salute you, King, for one, following your vision, you know, through the ups and downs. And you're right, when we're doing these businesses and these ventures and we're trying to get off the ground, you know, that's the hardest part, to get people to support you. You know, people are bandwagon. I don't know what it is about our community. They won't support us a lot of times, but once you start doing good and people start knowing who you are and they want to jump on a bandwagon for whatever reason, that's just what it is. But right. I'm glad you're here today because, you know, they always try to lie on the bishop, right? They always say, you don't be out here really supporting all of these people. Brother Grant, I'm glad to have you back to let these people know that me and the community came to support you after the show, because I get too many people saying he don't be doing all what he be saying. That bishop be lying over there. Come on, brother, tell them how we pull up on you.
Look, y'all put up on me. Y'all was real serious. Hey, you had other people pulling up on me. That's how serious it was. You didn't play. You ordered everything you could on the menu that I had that day. And if I had more, you would have ordered it. The support was real. It was authentic. I loved it. I was honored to have your support. I'm even more honored to be on the show again, you know, to be able to tell the story and be able to tell the journey from then to now. You know, I'm not sure if you knew, I had a restaurant. In Oakland. I was sick. I was fighting lung issues, so I never had the chance to do the grand opening. I ended up losing the restaurant. But I will say, God worked in mysterious ways. I wasn't supposed to have that location, because I would have had that location. So there was bigger and better plans, which is my business partner, this new grand opening, not having to pay the overhead. We lost so many thousands just dealing with the restaurant industry. And I'm not sure if our up-and-coming entrepreneurs, our chefs, know how difficult and nearly impossible it is to even be in the chef industry. We got over 160,000 and tied up in a food truck. That's just a food truck. So going into a restaurant is like something totally different, you know, especially with everyone not becoming chefs. I'm not trying to throw no salt or nothing like that. Hopefully I said this in the correct way, but everyone becoming entrepreneurs or showing their skills or whatnot. The government has acknowledged that, and so the cost of inventory has risen 3-4 times, making it impossible to make the profit we used to make. So having to pay an overhead on a building, we were slaves to our own business. We couldn't see no further than the front door. So I think I really believe that God has really built this plan for me. You know, I've gone through the restaurant, I've gone through the building the trailers, the food trucks, but this is something totally different. I don't have to worry about paying the overhead. We all money in like Nipsey Hussle, baby. You know what I'm talking about?
Man, hey, that's powerful, King. I just want to say, I just love watching the journey, you know, and y'all know me that really know how I am when I talk about uplifting Black businesses, changing the narrative. Y'all know part of this process, not only the ecosystem, not only making Black Friday every Friday, not only spending every dollar with our Black community. It's about reciprocity. We all about reciprocity, and my guy Grant is all about it, uplifting, educating young people, pulling up the next generation of entrepreneurs. Brother, I gotta say, I've been watching the journey. Whatever God has in favor for you is coming because you continue to keep blossoming and growing, okay? I see the girls pulling up on your Instagram from San Francisco, all over the Bay Area, coming to get some of that good crab. I don't know, brother.
That's right.
All I know is I'm proud of you, and I'm glad you're here tonight because we get to uplift. Let's get it cracking again. Get out there and get some out. Let's get it cracking, community.
Let me know something. The last time you did give me a shout out and you supported me, there was a lot of people supporting me. So I'm honored for that, and I appreciate you. And I would love for you to come back out. You know it's on the house now.
No, it's not on the house. I'm gonna come get some food. Okay, this I'm gonna come reach out to you this week or next week. I'm gonna pull up on you because I always respect the work you do. And no, that's what it's all about. That's what it is. And I'm just happy that you are here to attest that. And I'm glad you said that because people think nobody follow us. They like, who is this both sides of the conversation think they are? We are the BMV, the Black media voice, the young, authentic media voice. And we do impact Black people, understand?
That's right. That's right.
You know what I mean? So I'm just glad that our followers went out and supported you as well, because that just shows when we tell people to go, they will go. And I appreciate y'all.
I'm still talking to some of the people that you sent to me. Still talking, and they provide a lot of opportunities. You know, so for anyone that's watching or anyone that will watch this video, this comes with a lot of opportunities, a lot of programs to help uplift the Black community, a lot of resources. The resources is out of this world. And so if they tuned in, then they really know that, you know, both sides of the conversation is really about their people, about the community, about helping people win and bringing knowledge, you know, waking people up and letting them know, like, yo, look, there's these resources. You don't got to go about it this way. Here, we got a solution for you. You know, so I really love y'all for that, and I appreciate y'all. And like I said, I'm still in contact with some of the people that came to me from our videos. Even like Sandy, you know, she still reaches out to me on a regular with resources. I'm talking about shit, and there's not a problem she can't solve at all. No matter what field it is, industry, she has the resources. So you having resources and Sandy having resources and each and every one having resources, that's huge. That's humongous. You can never run out of resources. There's opportunity for everything and everyone. You know, I appreciate that. I honor that.
Man, definitely. Mark, jump in here. My guy, the Reverend, the voice. I know he got some comments for you, Grant.
Well,
come on, baby.
Well, first of all, Brother Grant, I want to thank you for being such an example. Here at both sides of the conversation, we're all about uplifting the community. And one of the biggest things that we have to get back to is cooperative economics. And just seeing how you are able to network and build relationships that are building sustainable economic models. Because when you start talking about the cannabis shop and then the food truck right there in the parking lot, like that's like peanut butter and jelly, because you know people gonna have the munchies and gonna want
Come
something
on.
good to eat. So the fact that y'all are putting a business model together that is sustainable is absolutely amazing. But I actually want to kind of go back to the food itself. Now, I hadn't had a chance to get out there yet because I'm all the way out here in Texas, but talk about some of the specialties that you're putting out, and what are some of the most popular dishes that you see the people are coming to get time and time again?
Up and foremost, it's always the fried seafood. I guess it's something in that flavor. If I come out with another recipe, they care nothing about it. It could be a 5-star recipe. They want what they've seen online. They want what everyone's talking about. They want that fried seafood. So it kind of turns me into like the fried seafood king. You know, it's like, let's just say I'm doing burgers today, and I've got followers who've been following me for a long time, and they drive a couple hours away, 30 minutes away, whatnot. When they show up, in their mind, all they want is the fried seafood. It's something about that batter, man. It's addicting.
Well, again, you can't give up all your secrets, but kind of go back to when you really found your love and your passion, man. Who did most of the cooking when you were growing up at home as a kid? Who'd you see in the kitchen that made you say, you know what, I want to get in there and do this?
All of the siblings. My mother, she was help running a store in Frisco called Double Rock, and she was selling barbecue plates out of there when I was a kid. Other than that, the siblings, you know, we helped raise each other, so we was always cooking. It didn't matter if it was so simple as fried chicken and rice to becoming, you know, the chefs that we are. So every single sibling in my family, from the mother side to the father side, we all cook.
Man, Brother Grant, I got to say this, Brother Grant. You do got a secret sauce. Now, I'm not lying, community. This is no promotion. Listen, we're not doing no special promotion here. Everybody that know me know I do not eat lobster, okay? Lobster's too rich. It doesn't taste well. This brother said, Bishop, if you let me make you a lobster, you promise you would try it. I guarantee you like it. He put something in that sauce, and then he put the lemon juice on it, and I didn't taste it. I was amazed. That's all I can say. He did it. He worked a miracle. Because of you, I'm willing to try lobster now. But they got to make it like Let's Get It Cracking. I haven't had nobody yet. Make it like Let's Get It Cracking. Community.
For sure.
I better get some of that good sauce over there.
Oh, for sure, man. I got you. And the whole thing, and the sauce is just, it's just, if you're a sauce person, it's available. But it has so much flavor without the sauce. And that's, you know, when we get a chef, the flavor comes from the flavor and not the sauce. The sauce is an add-on. And so when you just put a little lemon on there, it enhances the flavor, the natural flavor before the sauce. I try to feed people only what I would eat myself. If I wouldn't eat it, I'm not going to feed it to you. That's why I only cook seafood.
Yeah. There you go. Now you had mentioned, again, we see a lot of influencers now on social media who are doing their thing, cooking and promoting themselves as chefs. Can you kind of talk about the difference between somebody like myself? I like to cook. I'm a home cook, grew up, like I say, cooking since I was 7. But for somebody to be a legitimate chef and put themselves out there, can you talk about the difference?
Okay, so without making anybody feel any type of way, we have the 1% doers and we have the 99% followers. So when you're a doer, you really do it because you know you have a passion for it. Followers do it because they see someone else doing it. So the whole entrepreneur thing, you know, it blew up in a different way. Everyone's chef. The question is it authentic? I will say there's a lot of chefs, a lot of entrepreneurs who see me doing my thing and they salute me in a humble way, right? And they salute me and they say, because of you, I'm successful at doing what I do. I've got a brother, I've got a good brother, his name is Jerking It. Man, this brother's so dope to me because he had a 6-figure salary job. he said I inspired him so much. He quit his 6-figure salary job to do what he does now, and he makes 6 figures easy. There's another brother out there. His name is okay, never mind that. But in a humble way, there's plenty of people who we lead, and you know, who we just show like, look, this is what we do. This is authentic. We do it because we love it. And so, right, if your heart's not in it, you can't really make some successful, good, great food for your people because your heart's not in it. It's just like saying if you don't have a good vibe or if you're not happy that day, you shouldn't be in the kitchen, right? And so that's what we're about. You know, we're about feeding the souls of our community. Because in order to attack the hearts, you got to feed the soul with some good food. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
It's a beautiful thing.
So, and again, I know what it's like because when you cook food and you watch somebody who hadn't had your food take that first bite, and you see that look on their face when they recognize how good it is, man. Who's some of the more notable people that have had come out and got your food?
Say that one more time.
I say, who's some of the more notable people? Any celebrities? Anybody that's pulled up on you, tried your food, and be like, man, look here.
You know what? Of course. No Jumper has pulled up on me with the whole crew. What's his name? Big Meech, his son, his whole crew pulled up on my block like 50 deep. They came and got food. A bunch of celebrities, a bunch of celebrities by far, for sure.
None more important than the bishop. When the bishop pulled up, it just started raining. I don't know. Maybe I'm just giving you a hard time.
That part, Bishop pulled up though. Let's not let that slip. Bishop for sure pulled up. You know what I'm talking about? And in my mind, every single person to me is a celebrity. I treat every single person the same with love. I treat them all the same. I don't act different. I show love. No matter who it is, I treat every single person the same. If your plate is fat, their plate is fat too. I don't play no games. I bet you're gonna come back.
Man, I'm definitely coming back, and my plate was abundantly with shrimp and crab and lobster and all the things.
That's right.
You hooked us up, man. You're doing a good job, brother. But listen, I know you over there cooking. I don't want you to burn up a batch and blame the bishop. I was on both sides of the conversation, and I lost the batch. Okay, I gotta let you get back to the.
Now look. That's why I got the crew over there.
Okay, that's what's up. Well, before we let you go, brother Grant, go ahead and give any shout outs to your team, folks supporting you, family, whoever you want to shout out, any supporters. Do that now before we get our next hidden gem up, brother. I want to let you get out of here.
I want to support I want to give a shout out to my whole community. Of course, my team, my family, but the whole community of people have been supporting me. So I feel like they're my family as well. I want to give a shout out to everyone who's been here from day one till now and has been joining this journey of prosperity. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Ain't nobody doing it like me.
Man, that's
boy
real.
Cali Bear, let's get cracking.
Right. I got folks asking where you gonna be at. Go to his IG, let's get it cracking. Let's get cracking, and he'll tell you where he's at. Different spots and different things that he's doing. But brother, if somebody want to reach you this weekend, because I know you got different days you be popping up, give us some updates where you gonna be at nearby here in the near future if folks want to pull up.
I'll be in Antioch off of Hillcrest and Wild Horse, open 7 days a week, unless I'm doing inventory. Call the number on Instagram, and I'll make sure I reach back out to you.
All right, there you have it, community. His social media handles up there. Email him. Check out his IG. Let's get it cracking. And that's what it's all about. Check out his Instagram. The food is amazing. He puts it together like no other. Again, I can attest to it. And again, there's no publicity stunts here, okay? You know, if it's something bad, y'all know I say it's terrible, okay? I don't mess around. I keep it real. But this brother cooked me some food. Let me just tell y'all, all I can say is, man, I had lobster, y'all. I was like, whoa, this don't even taste like lobster. Way to go, Grant. We'll see you. Tell the team I said what's up. The bishop will pull up on you here in the near future, and I'll bring some of my team out so we can continue to support you. And when you get that grand opening, y'all get going, please come back and let the folks know so they can come out and support you all again.
Of course, most definitely. Appreciate you, King. Both you kings. Appreciate y'all.
All right, no problem, brother. See you soon.
All right.
All right, there you have it, community. Let's get it cracking, okay? My brother Grant, let me tell you, the young man is very powerful, very inspirational. I know we didn't have time today, but if you could go back on our YouTube channel, look at his previous story when he talked about what he'd been through, the obstacle, his testimony of his life is very powerful. And again, y'all know me here at both sides of the conversation. When young Black males are doing things like this that are positive, we always uplift and support them, because the narrative and the bias about Black males and all of the things that Black males don't do, when we get these young kings, these young entrepreneurs, y'all seen us supporting a young brother over at What's the Scoop, all right? Anytime we get young males in the community to do something positive, community, it is your duty to spend your Black dollars and uplift them young people, all right? All right, with that being said, we got to get going, because our hidden gems is like, what the heck's going on? Y'all taking too long. I got to go. We got a sister on another time zone. Let's get her in here. Sister Amanda Bryant, welcome to both sides of the conversation, queen. Come holla at the community. Got to unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, queen.
Yeah, that usually works that way, right? Hi, my name is Adama Bryant, founder of Weekend Adventures. So thank you for having me. Thank you for having me on the show. That was really inspiring. I love listening to it. I couldn't wait to see what everyone else was up to. And I'm like, I don't eat seafood, but he said he make burgers too. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely a very, very powerful young brother, and I'm just happy that you're here. But yes, uplift the work you're doing, and tell the community who you are, what you're doing, queen.
Awesome. So Adama, a native San Franciscan, what I'm doing, I'm the founding director at Weekend Adventures, and Weekend Adventures is a youth development organization, and our mission is to show youth and children who they are beyond their neighborhoods. And we do this by leading experiential learning and trips. Good Lord, I just got tongue-tied. Experiences in the arts, sciences, and the outdoors. And we serve youth and children in grades 3 through 8. And we are a weekend program, hence Weekend Adventures. What else? We've been around since 2018, fiscally sponsored by the Social Good Fund. Give a shout out to them. Thank you. Shoot, I'm the founding director. I'm the program developer. I'm the fundraiser. I'm the grant writer. I'm a mom of 3, raised them in San Francisco. What else? Shoot, take a deep breath. That's me. That is our program. We run 4 10-week sessions a year. The program is free of charge to families. So fundraising is very important. That's my handle there on the screen. We're at Weekend-Adventures if you want to donate. We provide transportation, lunch, entrance fees. Families just have to drop their kids off to us. Well, there's a whole process to get in the program, but you know, it's free. And I do that because I'm a mother of 3. And anything, if you're a parent, anything that you want to get for your kids, you got to multiply it by the number. So it's never just whatever the price is. It's always that price times X, Y, and Z. So it's an honor to serve our community. It's an honor to serve the families and kids that we do. So I'll pause because I see some questions in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that I want to say, one, is congratulations. And, running these organizations, folks, they just don't understand what it takes, the capacity to run these organizations, the amount of technical assistance. It's this narrative out there that, these nonprofits could do so much with less, and it just doesn't work. But we make lemons out of lemonade. So just want to congratulate you and thank you for being a leader of our community. Here at both sides of the conversation, we believe leadership is about demonstrating what's possible. All right. And what you're doing is demonstrating what's possible. So that just throw you in this leadership realm. I always tell people, I don't care about these leaders that go to leadership training and they say I'm a leader because my name is big and I have the largest organization. I get the most fun. That's not leadership to me. You have to demonstrate what's possible, because when you demonstrate what's possible, like Brother Grant, people will follow. You will inspire people. Everybody that said they're leaders don't inspire people. Okay. I just have to put that out there because, people think that just because they have a title or a degree or in a sorority or fraternity that people are just going to follow you and believe in what you're doing. But it's those intricate, unique people that has fiercest love for their community and for the people. And they demonstrate it. And that's what the leadership is all about. So with that being said, I want to say thank you there. But also, I'm excited because I've been thinking about this for quite some time. And I'm happy that your organization is now an organization that I can connect other folks with, because I'm always having a trouble with how people intentionally programming for our youth. And there's a distinct difference about helping and impacting youth as a general versus being intentional and making sure that all of our community youth get an opportunity. All right. So we have these college programs, these high school to college programs. We have these different entities, that will take kids on college tours and take them on different things because the level of where they at academically are the program resources that they are part of. And I'm saying we're missing a gap of young people who can be impacted and inspired if they get an opportunity to get out their four corner blocks. We have young people who have never left 10-block radius of their community because of the fear, the trauma, what's going on, the gang violence, whatever it is. It keeps our young people, the social economic stuff. So when we have organizations like you all that give young people an opportunity to see something different, I'm a true believer that if you get somebody out of their environment, show them something different, show them something that's possible, real change happen with those young people. So I just want to give you a salute for that.
Thank you. I follow you actually on Instagram and all the other channels, so I know what you're about. You're saying all this, and I'm like, yep, I know. That is exactly what we believe. We believe basically a couple of things. That every youth and child deserves to have an opportunity to have a safe, fun childhood, period. And the kids we serve currently reside in the Tenderloin. And I'll just leave that there. So we know where the safety is there, right? And the fun and the open space. We also believe that if you show, like you said, if you show somebody something different, they'll know it. It's different than reading in the books. It's different from having, you can go to the best schools, you can go to the best everything, but if you've never actually touched it, smelled it, it's not real. It's not real. So we take trips we have three different segments: the arts, sciences, and the outdoors. And under those umbrellas, we do everything. I was communicating with the guy. We partner with an organization called the Blue Water Foundation, and our kids are going sailing in 2 weeks. We go to museums. We hike in Muir Woods, my favorite place. I love trees, by the way, side note. What else? We go to African Diaspora Museum. We actually do a museum day, and we hike all over the Bay Area. I mean, we have picnics in the forest, the forest for the Bay Area, like Presidio and places like that. And so, what is this? Okay. Did I answer these questions in here?
Well, we've got
our own questions. Don't worry about the questions. We'll get them to you.
I actually wanted to say, look, I just wanted to share, like, really our why, right? I really want to share that. And so I grew up in the Fillmore. My grandma had 31 grandkids. I'm one of them. And a few years ago, I graduated from USF. Now, I'm not going to cry. And that's my preface to tell myself, don't cry. I walked into this church and for graduation, and it was such a beautiful environment. I mean, the colors, it was beautiful. And my question was, what did I do to get here? What happened? How come I'm not in the penitentiary? Why am I not, picking through the cracks in the streets, looking for everything in the cracks? Why am I not there? Why? What happened? And what was different about my life growing up that was not the same as other people in my family? Like what distinguished me? And not that this is not a better than, less than, nothing conversation. This is something happened that shifted what I believed about myself, that had it possible for me to be the first person to graduate from college. Side note, I love school. That's one side note. But I got a master's degree raising 3 kids. And the only reason why I'm able to know that something different exists in the world, for even for the poorest people, the people whose parents are on crack or in prison, like you don't have anything, not even hope, is because I'm standing here, not in the penitentiary, leading a program for kids to see themselves beyond what they have, what their families can provide for them. And so the question was how and why. And the why was, I have a paternal grandmother who every weekend when my sister and I were little, we went to her, my daddy would take us to her house on the weekend. And it was only in Vallejo. We had peach trees. I grew up in OC Projects. Anybody know OC Projects? There were no peach trees. So in Vallejo, there was peach trees. We had live chickens. I know chicken don't come from Safeway. Some people don't know chicken don't come from Safeway. That's right. We had a lemon tree in the next neighbor's backyard. It was quiet. Outside smells different when there's nothing around but trees. And I knew that. And that was the only difference. And my next question was, how many kids can I show that there's something different than the concrete of living in a city that has few trees? And so that's how Weekend Adventures was born. And that was like 10 years ago. We've only been around 5 years. I've been talking and thinking and dreaming. And so yeah, that's my why. That is my why. And I'm grateful for it. So yeah, that's that.
Well, sis, I'm glad that you told your why, because honestly, I was thinking about what was your inspiration that moment. I'm real big on raising the bar. Anybody who's watched me on here knows I will use that acronym: beliefs, actions, and results. And in order to get better results, we have to have better actions. In order to get better actions, we have to have better beliefs. And that belief part, where this is what you are doing, you're giving exposure to young people that might not otherwise get it, so that they can see that there's a world outside of their environment. So that moment for you, when you turned that corner, when you were like, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to make my passion work, what was that moment like?
It was, honestly, it was that first moment at the church, right? At UCSF. I'm not UCSF. I always get them mixed up, USF. But since we've started, the pandemic's been here, it's been up and down. Money is funny. Funding is even funnier. I've had to come to that point every time that question. I had to sorry, I'm in a place where there's a lot of bugs. I had to keep coming to that inspiration. And what keeps me going is the kids. My name is Miss Adama, and it is the sweetest. It is my third favorite title: Mama, Auntie, and Miss Adama. I get to sit, because I lead the program too. So I get to sit and have lunch with these kids and listen to everything they got to share, everything about their family, their school, what they want to be when they grow up, where they want to go. And they're the sweetest kids ever in town, ever, ever, ever. And every time. So since the pandemic and funding and all that, I'm like, I need a job. I keep thinking, this fun, you need to go get a job, Dama. You have kids, go get a job. And I tell you, this is where my heart is. There's nothing else that I know. And I got a couple years under my belt. I've been around. I've worked a lot of jobs. I'm telling you, this is my heart's work. I mean, I know why my higher power put me here. And this is why my life started the way it did. I'm not going to cry.
Wow, please cry, because that's real. I want you to be real, and I want community to know. Okay. And this is, we talk about community folks. When she said OC Project, the notorious out of control projects in San Francisco, when there used to be towers, things are changing. Our great leader of our city, Mayor London Breed, grew up in these same projects. Miss Faye, there's some phenomenal women who have come out of the Fillmore's OC projects. Let me just tell you this. It's your calling. I'm just happy that you received it, because sometimes God is talking to a lot of us in the community who are the pillars, who are the leaders, and sometimes we don't listen. So whatever God presented for you, I just thank God that you accepted it, Queen.
And I'm clear. This is why I'm here. I'm clear. The kids confirm it. Like, It's yeah. What I wanted to say, just a side note, me and London used to play Monopoly together, and I hope she's watching this because she won every single time, and I know why she won, and that's between me and her. You don't win Monopoly every single time. I used to play spades with my cousin, and I won every single time, and I'm not gonna tell you how, but I know how.
I can tell you why. I wasn't there playing with Monopoly with you in London, but I can tell you one reason why. London Breed won every time y'all played Monopoly, okay? She's a Leo, okay? We geniuses, okay?
Okay, that sounds perfect. That is perfect. And I meant to say Mayor Breed. I just, forgive me.
Yes.
So
thank you to our honorable London Breed. Again, it is Leo season. I always make fun. My birthday's 10 days after her birthday. I always say it's something about Leos that's just special. The vision, the understanding, and our uniqueness to defeat. It was the Leo syndrome. You got hit with the Leo syndrome, Mr. Dollar.
I'm just speaking about the perseverance and the tenacity of a Taurus, April 29th, hashtag. I'm telling you, the tenacity, the clarity of vision. All right.
Well, before we let you go, one final question before we let you go. Yes. What are some of your upcoming planned events, your weekend events, or events that you're doing for our young people? I'm just excited. I hope after this, when we can connect, and I want to come check you guys out and bring my videographer out and just highlight and showcase some of the work you're doing. Because again, I love people who love youth. I always say our youth are the future. Last week, Brother Delancey brought it to the show and said, when community folks are asking how you doing, instead of asking you how you doing, it's all about how are the children doing in the community. Yes. And I can see Weekend Adventure is impacting our youth, and I know those youth are doing well because of the work you're doing.
Yes. Thank you. What's up next? So we are currently in our summer program, in our summer session. We have our fall session coming up, and what I want to do newly in the fall, and concurrent with because we serve 3rd through 8th graders, is I want to start a high school cohort, and that high school cohort will be of kids who have aged out of Weekend Adventures, and they'll serve on a high school advisory board for us, and also benefit from having trips throughout the months as well. And so that's what's coming up in the fall, and I'm excited about it. We need a program manager, FYI.
Come on, community. All of the folks out there, reach out to Adama. See, this is why Adama, this is why I go off on this program, because I'm going to tell you, and I'm glad you said that, what you need. We all have needs. And you know what I'm tired of, Adama? And maybe you might not agree with me, but I'm tired of these people in our community that walk around parading their degrees, parading their sororities and all of the money they make, but they do nothing to give back to help community. I have a problem with these people. All they want to do is talk about all the great things they have and how much money they make. But when it comes to our people, when it comes to reaching back and pulling up the next generation, I don't see these people, but they want respect. I refuse to call doctors that don't reach back and help our community. You will not get that respect from the bishop, okay? I only respect those who give back, who are humble, have humility and compassion for the people. God didn't elevate you to walk away. God elevated you to put things in play. Get it right, community.
Absolutely. Seriously. So thank you so much for having me. I am so grateful. And like I said, I've been following you for a while. So it's an honor to be here. You do walk the talk. And so I'm like, dude, it's everywhere. I see you all. I'm like, you're all with the camera going. I'm like, do you sleep?
I don't sleep. I always tell everybody.
I know what it takes to create something. So I know you're not sleeping.
I think Brother Greg said it well. There's 1% of us that are doers and the rest are followers. Now, there's a lot of people who follow and influence off what I do, and they try to copycat. I don't get mad. I tell them, go ahead. But if you really want to do the work I do, I tell them. Somebody asked me, what does it take to do this? Be willing to only get 2 hours of sleep, because the bishop don't sleep. 3, you got to be willing to go everywhere. You can't be afraid of the people. You got to get in the pits of the belly of the people. We came in this world clean, but when you do this work, you got to get dirty. That's what it's all about. You'll
Yeah.
see the bishop. Wherever the people be, I will be. That's my job. That's my duty.
And Queen, let me just take this opportunity to say thank you. I can remember there have been a few teachers in my life that showed me things that I have never forgotten. And I know that all of the children that have been blessed to be in your presence have received an impartation from you. This is not just a job, this truly is a calling, and you are actually shaping the hearts and minds of the next generation of people through your work. And I just want to salute you. And I pray that you continue to get the strength, the resources, and the wisdom you need to take this program and continue to expand it. Thank you for what you do.
I want to say one last thing before I go. What I know, I understand my responsibility as an adult. I understand my responsibility as a parent and as a member of the community. And like you both said, the youth, they are our future. They deserve it. They deserve to have people who understands the responsibilities that we have to them. It's not about me. And so I got that. All right.
Wow.
Thank you.
Very powerful. Before you go, I want to give you opportunity to give a shout out to anybody that supported you, stood through, uplift them, because I don't want them to say, how the heck you go on both sides of the conversation? You didn't take me. I was there when you wanted to give up, or whatever it is. Go ahead.
Awesome. So there's a shout out first to my higher power for picking me up out of all the people he picked me. I'm very grateful. So the people and places in San Francisco Waldorf High School, who lets us use, so we have transportation. We use their vans every weekend for the past 3 years. And he sent me a message saying, let us know what weekends you need the vans for the fall. I'm like, thank you, God, every time. Shout out to them. Shout out to Point Reyes. Shout out to, so this year, our funders, Bella Vista, we got Collective Impact. Who else? The people my kids who love me and support me. Who else? I want to shout out to my dad, passed away 2 years ago. When I knew I was coming on this show, I'm like, oh man, my dad can't see me, but he sees me. He sees me. And so my mom, who has the heart of gold, yes. And that's it. That's not it, but that's what I can think of right now. I should have read. Y'all wouldn't know. I can shout out to everybody. So thank you all. Thank you.
Definitely thank you. And I think you hit the nail right on the head. It is our duty. You owe what you know, community. You get the knowledge, you give the knowledge. Mm-hmm. Eagles fly with eagles, and Tweety birds fly with Tweety birds. Remember, eagles fly high. Tweety birds can't fly as high as eagle. This is an eagle right here at Dama. She is higher than all the other birds, okay? Fly with the eagles. Thank you for the work that you're doing, Queen. Both sides of the conversation, we are here. Shout out to Collective Impact, Mr. Impact himself, James Bengola, for always making sure the people, the community, the families, the youth are impacted. Thank you again, Weekend Adventures. We'll be connecting with you soon. Adama, have a good evening. God bless you. Get more than 2 hours of sleep, though, okay? Don't be like the bishop.
Some days when I'm lucky. Only when I'm lucky days.
All right, program directors and all the folks out there, reach out to her. She's looking for some support. Community, reach out, give a hand back, uplift the community. Thank you, Ms. Adama. Have a blessed day.
You too.
All right, community, there you have it. What a great program. Weekend Adventures. It just sounds like fun. Okay, get your communities connected. Check out our website. Connect with the Queen. All right, she is bringing dreams to reality. She's an ego. She's flying high. Go soar with her. All right. But if you're a Tweety bird, you can't get off the ground. Okay. With that being said, we're going to bring up our last hidden gem tonight. This King's been waiting patiently. Brother Giles, welcome to both sides of the conversation, King. Come holler at the people.
Come on, man. Tip top. Patiently waiting. Glad to be here. Absorbed a lot. Ready to get into it.
Go ahead.
Tell
them who you are, what you doing.
I am a formerly incarcerated Southern California, brand new the last 2 years to Frisco, San Francisco, freshly off parole after doing 2 years. I did 34 years straight in state penitentiary, California. 31 years on a maximum security yard, level 3, the last 3 years. Gang member, I was a gang member, Crip. Then in 96, I became Muslim. I was paroled February 4th, 2021 to San Francisco, California. Pick it up from there, got a job, and done some things out here, man, that I believe is fit and finished with who I am today as a person. So that's who I am.
Wow. Thank you, Brother One, for the work that you are doing. One, thank you for being here. I am a believer of people. I work with young people in San Francisco at the San Francisco Youth Guidance Center. I mentor young people all across the city, across the Bay Area. It's always important when brothers like you come on here. I always give the utmost respect, because I think one of the things that we don't appreciate in our community is, one, giving folks a second chance and understanding the obstacles that one has to go through when they release back into the community. Sometimes the lack of resources, access, a lot of things come with that. And when you have brothers like you who overcome, don't let the circumstances defeat you, and be impactful to the community. It's something to be praised and highlighted. Also, the vulnerability. A lot of times when we go through incarceration and we go through things, it's an embarrassment. But we also understand that there's systems and structures that was in place that help curb. We had our decisions and things that we've done. But anytime we could correct the behavior and be a product of the community is always something to highlight and be great. So, for me, just want to commend you, take my hat off to you and say, I salute you, King, because I got some phone calls the other day, some folks who are just getting out of jail or getting off parole, having some struggles, getting into employment, because this country we live in that says they give folks a second chance. They put so many roadblocks in folks' lives to get a real true second chance. And unfortunately, sometimes folks reoffend just because of survival and the needs and the resources that's needed to survive in the community. But you here today and you're doing some amazing stuff. I like in your open for your bio, you talked about being a practitioner and the roads that grew from concrete. And it's always important to bring these stories there because we need community folks and we need other folks that are in our both sides of the conversation atmosphere to understand what these second chances look like when we give folks an opportunity, access to resources, how that change can really impact the dynamics of our community. When we talk about mentorship, when we talk about credible messengers, it's testimony like yours who change the dynamics of young people who might be going down that pathway. So just want to say, thank you. And just appreciate you being here tonight, talking about the work that you're doing for community.
Yeah, thank you. First, I want to say this beginning. I'm a Cancer. Leos ain't the only geniuses, and it's doubtful that they are. They're known for their aggressiveness. Cancers are known as the crab. It has multiple appendages that can do multiple things at one time. So as you're going to witness now, that being said, the first thing that I would like to say to incarceration, I want to kind of like block the conversation for us, right? I want to say we're dealing with transformation versus transaction when we're talking about being incarcerated, doing time. I was a Crip from the time I was like 9 years old. So I was in this cultural thing. The streets in my household were synonymous. It wasn't, it was just a door separating us, right? So the idea that when you go to prison, you are sentenced. So that starts the transaction. Now, whether you choose or have enough of a paradigm shift to choose to want to become transformed, that's strictly volition. It can be by motivation, inspiration. I see you getting on the bars. I'm gonna get on the bars and get in shape. I see you running the track. I'm a, you know, you a guy, the bishop, you well spoken, you do these. So I'm gonna try to model your behavior. But that's choice. Everyone that comes out of prison, brothers, are not people who've had a transformation. They've tokened in on the transaction. And you have to separate it. I don't represent that class. I represent the class from the transformation side. You know, you can't out nigga me, right? So that's not even going to be a contest. Where you from, who you did, who you shot, who you killed, what qualifies you as a real nigga. That's never even going to come my way, because that's not a qualification for black manhood. You dig what I'm saying? So you can't even do that with me. We're not even gonna have that conversation. So there's gonna be no barrier. I'm gonna respect that you have boundaries in your mind, but that's not gonna have nothing to do with what's going on in my mind. The youth are, you know, we responsible. My generation responsible. I just turned 54 Sunday, right? My first birthday off parole. My first birthday since I was probably 9 years old, with the state of California is not overseeing me in any capacity, right? So you can't out nigga me. And that's what happens. We allow for the youth to assert their form of or generational contribution to being niggas, no matter where they from. Because we set that in motion. I'm to blame. See, I'm not looking at the people who came before me, because that's a waste of my time. You dig what I'm saying? So if I did it, and I did, my co-defendants at the time, in my mind, I will speak from that vein, they snitched on me. I got the 25 to life and the 2-year gun enhancement. But let me share this with you. I'm from the east side of Long Beach. When you go to prison, you become a car. The Bay Area has a car in prison. It's called the Bay car. The Crips, they got a car. It's the Crip car. I'm from Long Beach. With inside the Crip car, there's the Long Beach car. I just got 25 years to life in a 2-year gun enhancement for killing a black young youth named Jerome Richardson for an area of town represented, even to the point of me killing him. Now I'm in prison less than a year later in a car with homeboys from his side of town, and I have to help them if they get into something on the yard. Politics. Malcolm talked about bamboozled and hoodwinked. Transformation. What? So I questioned this thing early on. That's 18, 19 years old. What you mean that's my homie? I'm like, you know, at that time, bro, the gangs is Insanes and Rolling 20s, and, you know, the TRGs wasn't even up and running when I left the street. The SOSs was homies, and we wasn't even beefing with the Longos or no Mexicans when I left the street. You dig what I'm saying? My homies was together. I came from the community, but the east side of that community. So you have to understand, transformation is also a choice, a decision. If you want to, pardon my French, I'm gonna say something to y'all that what we say in prison. I don't assume that any one of y'all been to prison. You can't just sit on your seat and beat your meat for 30 years, man.
No,
you gotta pick up a book.
Brother,
you gotta pick up a book.
Brother, thank you for what you're saying. And actually 4 months ago, I celebrated 20 years of being home. So I understand what it's like when you got to live in a different world, a different environment, and adjust. But I'm curious because now that you come back out and you see how things have changed on the streets, what's your philosophy in trying to connect with the youth to use your experience as a teaching tool to help them not have to go down that same path to learn what you just learned?
Brother, treat them like brothers. See, Bishop said he going where the people at. Who don't know that? You can't read no book on no black leadership. We talking about for the ones from Medgar Evers to Mariah Stewart, Marcus Garvey. Everybody was where the people was at. Them is not dangerous people to me. You have to look at, okay, well, yes, admittedly, I was what you now call, what the youngsters now call a shooter. That's a fact. But what does that do for his psychology when he sees the other end of the prison cell, not the barrel? He's faced the barrel already. Some of these dudes been shot multiple times. But you ain't never had to go do 30. You ain't never had to go do 15, 20. You ain't never had to sit down. Never. So you don't know that. Listen, I am an embraced member of the community in San Francisco. My dudes from Hunters Point, Fillmore, dudes I done did time with, my dudes from Oakland. I got 100 family members in East Oakland. My dudes from West Oakland. I've been embraced by the people. Let me explain something to you. The concept of the elders being afraid of the youth probably was my generation and up. My generation be with the youth on the yard. We on the yard when you come here. We've been there. It's just a conversation. It's not intrusive. It's not disrespectful. It's insightful. It's introspection. It's calling you to say, listen, are you ready to do 30, 25? I'm just asking simple questions. And again, you can't out nigga me. You can't. I'm gonna bring the write-ups from prison. Anything that would validate me as a so-called real nigga, I'll let you see it. That don't mean nothing. Nowhere, at no time in life, to be a black man is to be a gangster. A gun simply cannot identify you as a masculine individual. And that's what happened to us because of the identity. The Crips were founded by juveniles, young black men, not grown 53-year-old men who've done 30 years plus in prison. These are juveniles responding to environmental conditions of survival based on the white supremacy system culture. See, you can't socialize, you can't privatize the gains of white supremacy and then socialize the losses to the niggas. You set up the system, you lock, stock, and barrel. That's what it is. That's not a reason for me not to read, study, and be productive in my community, Bishop.
Man.
Even with all that said, I still got to come out here and represent the way that people think. Sister said, I'm happy that I'm not in the penitentiary. Sister, I'm happy that you're not in the penitentiary either. But there's some dudes coming out that penitentiary that's been out here that's linking up. That's a wave that I don't think people were paying attention to. I don't think you think that demographic is strong enough. I think people have given up and written, closing the book on our generation. But we out here. I met Colis, both sides of the conversation, at a Juneteenth event at Gilman Park. Immediately, yes, I'll do it. Period. I'll do it. Wherever, whenever, however, whoever. I got off the bus for 30-something years in prison. Every yard, every prison, Pelican Bay, you name it, I've been there. You got to do your time. I've been out for 2 years, had a job. I work with Urban Alchemy. I do what I call my bad guy rehab. I talk to the youngsters in the Tenderloin. I work in the Tenderloin. I've been in the Tenderloin for 2 years. The people who taught me how to walk around this Tenderloin and not get my head blowed off are the people from the Tenderloin, the people from Oakland, the people that's out here from Richmond, all the Bay Area places that's out here. I got relationships with all these people. It's the same thing I did when I was a gang member. It's just that I'm not on the negative track. I'm positive. I'm not pulling a pistol on nobody. I'm not forcing you to do nothing. I'm being an asset as opposed to a liability.
Man.
Transformation.
Man,
Out of prison.
I gotta jump in there, brother, because I gotta say a couple of things. You hit on some points and some things that always highlights some of the things that I go off. And I like how you said that. Now, I was at a event and Brother D1 gave a quote. He talked about the difference between notification and glorification. And I think this is what's going on in our community and why we're having so many failures. And this is why I say leadership is important. And this is why I say it's important to have you here on the positive side of change of the narrative than the negative side. Because what we do have, not just here in San Francisco, the Bay Area, but across this country, these big homies, these shot callers, these folks who come home and glorify their prison time, right? They want this validation. This is why I get frustrated with some of these so-called mentors and community leaders when all they could talk about is how many times they've been shot and how many years they've done and all of the tragedy. And it's like, it's okay to tell your story, but we also need to change the narrative because, again, our young people, they hear this and it's an excitement rush. It's like, oh, he did this. And, we're around these young people. We need to have the other side of the conversation. Yes, I've been there. I can tell you it's not where you want to go, but look at me now. If you get in tune with your energy and with the community and with the people, that type of impact and change could be very positive. You know what I'm saying? We got to have that because it's too much of this bragging. I did all of this time. I hear it all the time. And this is why I can't stand next to certain men for too long. Because, see, I'm not here to talk about how many stripes I got and how I ran the yard and everybody was under me. I don't got time for that.
Yeah.
I'm uplifting the people. See, I respect the real OGs.
Yeah.
See, because when I came up and I was going through that in the streets and getting locked up, see, I had OGs. They didn't let us come outside. When y'all want to come outside, y'all only can come outside after the school hours. Now, the big homies today in our community, these so-called big homies, they are the ones who are encouraging our youth. Hey, little homie, hold the pistol for me. You're going to juvenile. You ain't going where I'm going. You see what I'm saying? Manipulating and getting our young people caught up in this track because they don't want to go back. They harming the community. Those are the suckers of our community that I don't respect because I see them. Anytime you're taking advantage of a youth, a young mind who doesn't have the experience, doesn't understand what they're getting into, you as the big homie, it's your job to uplift them, keep them protected. See, the basketball players, the football players, the community, folks in our community that was educated, was going somewhere, the big homies protected them. Hey, y'all don't mess with them. Don't give them no sack. Don't let them hang out here. Keep them going. They was aware of what they needed. But these very shot caller big homies today, we got to be careful with them. They straddle in the fence. They halfway in the game and they halfway working with our kids, and that's a problem.
Listen, I agree to this to this extent. In the Bible, it says there's a quote, I believe it's Psalms, it could be Proverbs, where there is no vision, the people shall perish. So we have to take that. I have to take that on the chin, what you just said. You see, because that generation, these guys came from my generation, right? But our generation was locked up. I went to jail at 17 and got out at 51. Is that an excuse? No, it's just understanding the dynamic and the power vacuum of mass incarceration, but based on mass ignorance. You see what I'm saying? Our people, those of us who occupy the constriction in the restricted areas known as a ghetto. These are the ills and the disease that has afflicted the community. Praise be to Allah that some of us has come out of it to the degree where not only can we diagnose it, but we have a remedy for it. You dig what I'm saying? So it's not like, okay, all is lost. I'm gonna go in just as hard for this, what we doing now, than I did for that. You see what I'm saying? In the end, they used to tell the people, you know, when you get into this type of work, you got to be the people's ox. So I understand the condition. If you want to know the type of conversations or words to have with people who've been on yards and shot calling, all you have to do, man, is just do what the white folks do. What yard was you on? What facility was you in? What building was you in? Who was there? Where'd you go after the riot? Show me your 115, because that's what he using to validate himself to you. When you realize that that's not forthcoming, that's gonna go out the window. He not gonna be on both sides of the conversation, because now you know what to ask. You see what I'm saying? Now you know what to say. Hey, Adisa, okay, well, when you was in Pelican Bay in '90, were you on B? See, you have to ask those questions to learn to educate the youth. Because the glorification comes in the ignorance. The youth don't know. Walking down the cereal aisle, he want all the cereal with all the great colors on it. He don't want the cereal that's good for him. That's branding, packaging. Nobody packages better than the Crips. Who? Apple? Nah. Crips got the best dance in the world. Everybody do it. They was at the Super Bowl. You see what I'm saying? That's branding. That's conversational. That's economics. But it's negative because the people who are in charge of the brand have not suffered the consequences of having the brand. I've suffered the consequences. I submit to you, brothers, and the people who are on both sides of the conversation. These are my qualifications. My lived experiences, my qualifications.
Well,
my mother. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you like this, brother, because I'm not part of the white tradition system of you need a degree. See,
true.
You ain't gotta give me that validation, because see, I'm a real man, so I'm gonna validate you first as a black man.
Appreciate it.
You're a black man trying to do the right thing, that's my validation. Anytime you can make a decision to stand on the right side of the fence versus the wrong side of the fence, that's validation. I get you. I hear where you're coming from, and I receive that. Because some folks, they do that. But see, I am a man that believes in our ancestors and a higher spirit. What needs to be shown to me, I have the vision. I will see through it, because that's what God has blessed me with. I don't need nobody to tell me to validate. I don't do that. I look at you. I watch your footprint. Don't think because I sit here screaming and yelling that I don't do my research and I don't know who people are. Because when you connected to the streets always tell you who people are. So again, I tell people in leadership, you must walk a certain walk. You must talk a certain talk. You must connect before you correct. Listen again, community. You must connect before you correct. So I will know who you are by the way you connect with the people, because I, the bishop, I connect with the people. That's why the bishop, I will correct the people, because I understand there's a role and a place. There is a role and a place for all of this, but we will continue to do the work together, because it doesn't matter where you at, what you're doing.
True.
We're cutting a pathway to get to one spot, a spot of harmony, a spot of peace, a spot of love, a spot of reciprocity, a spot of uplifting. The elders of the communities, the OGs of the community. The biggest problem that we have in this disconnection is giving up our egos, our power, passing the torch to the next generation, equipping them with the knowledge, the information, the tools that they need to lead the next generation. Too many times in our community, the elders are dying with the knowledge, dying with the power. Yeah, not equipping the next generation and training them to lead. So, brother, what you doing is developing the next generation of young people. That's bridging the gap, King. That's all we got to do, and keep pushing.
Man, listen, I've seen. I'm not real good with the social media thing at all, but flipping through whatever I've seen and listened to y'all before a couple times. So, man, I think you guys have done a hell of a service to our community by being who you are, what you are, and what you represent. And it's always in the first segment, the brother from Let's Get It Cracking, he was talking about the shared resources. I mean, that's a community principle. So we know that the work is being done. When the brother was talking about the Kuji Chagalia, you have to give in order to get. If you want me to give up my negative behavior, you have to give me some positive behavior. You know, I remember when they used to tell us don't sell crack, go work at McDonald's. Meanwhile, the prison industrial complex was already in full motion. See, they had planned and knew we don't have nothing for y'all but a new form of Jim Crow. But however it happened, we landed on this side of the wall. From all of that negative experience, I landed on this side of the wall to be sharing a platform with some brothers who I casually saw on social media. So, you know, and I listen to y'all motivate, y'all inspire, y'all do the work. You know what I mean? But just know, man, that, you know, it's people coming out just like me, who are already out here, just like me. We meet up all the time and we're involved with the people at the ground level, being positive, not confrontational. A lot of times the youth, we're at that sort of age, you know how, you know, they don't want to hear nothing because they've been conditioned a particular way. I learned that in prison. As a Crip, we only had slogans. Crips don't die, we multiply. You know what I'm saying? And what is that for a person to base his whole life on and then had the gall, the nerve to kill somebody else with that mentality?
Brother Adisa, the mentality is something that we have to reclaim, because our mentality was contaminated through 500 plus years of conditioning and trauma. We don't even know who we truly are, and trying to make ourselves fit into this Eurocentric mentality is something that doesn't even fit our nature as melanated people. One of the biggest things I think that you just hit on is we do have a wave of men who are returning to our community after coming back from what I consider to be behind enemy lines. What can you say for that generation of men that is coming out? Because we need y'all. Like hands down, we need you to step and fill in the gaps in the community and be pillars and leaders again. What is it that we could do as a community to prepare ourselves to embrace and receive this generation of men so that we don't miss the blessing that y'all are?
First and foremost, know that the vast majority of us come out with a mission. We come out mature. We come out in a lot of ways behind. Technologically, I'm behind. Simple things, retrieving my email 2 years later, still perpetually don't know where it's at. But in the work that I'm prepared to do, those brothers like myself go through trainings, cognitive behavioral therapy trainings. We get into de-escalation, conflict resolution. We have programs such as anti-violence prevention. But none of those names of those groups or sharings do anything unless the men are forthcoming and genuine. Most of us have had a paradigm shift. Most of us The vast majority of us were juveniles when we went into prison. We were 17 years old, 18 years old, 16 years old. And we did a lot of time. So we've taken advantage of the opportunity of that isolation to connect genuinely. I'm not talking about from a level of, oh, I'm just from Long Beach and I'm just concerned there. No, wherever we are, where we're needed, that's where I want to be. Those brothers are just like that because we meet up in these classes. So you might, for instance, you might be at Solano State Prison. The facilitator might be from Sacramento. His second in charge might be from San Francisco. So all of this meeting in there is positive on the yard, in the groups, in the cell blocks. This is what's been going on for, I would give, since 2014. The classes have been there before that, but the signing of the bills to open the doors started 14. So when these things start happening, these guys are already prepared to come out of prison, to be productive citizens. So when you ask me, you say, Brother Diesel, well, you've been out for 2 years, you had a job. Yes, but I've also worked in prison for 10, 12, 13 straight years before they released me into society. So that shows I'm able to get up, clock in, stay, be nonviolent, get along, be pro-social versus anti-social. Mine is what you said, Brother Bishop. Take it back to my community. See, I didn't shoot nobody from Beverly Hills. You dig what I'm saying? I didn't shoot nobody from over there. So my give back, my amends is to be where my people are. You understand? To make sure that brothers and sisters hear that they feel that you don't have to go do 30 years to read what Marcus Garvey said in the public library in San Francisco or online. You don't have that motivated me. They have a statue in San Francisco in Civic Square of Simon Bolivar. This brother was a revolutionary. They used to say one of my first psychiatric evaluations, the doctor said, yeah, I know Simon Bolivar. He's like George Washington. I said, no, he's not. He said, yeah, he freed his country. I said, Simon never owned no slaves. And my prison career on paperwork went down from that interview because I was hostile after that. So these men are coming out with that kind of sense, that kind of love, that kind of genuineness, that kind of authenticity to connect, have connected. It's just, you got to wait 100 days when you get a certificate of suitability to come out of prison, when the people find you eligible to come back to society. So that's a process, but everything's a process. We're better for it. So that's what y'all gonna get. Y'all already got them. They already in the Bay Area. They already in Southern California. They already in Baton Rouge. They already in New York. It's just, you don't see it, but you're gonna feel it.
Man, brother, I want to say very powerful, great conversation. You are the practitioner, okay? But don't be trying to come on here using your sociology methods to come confuse me about my sign as a Leo and you as a Cancer, because I understand about them Cancer now. They great people, very intelligent.
Yeah.
Because their emotions. Because their emotions. If they don't control them, boy, they might fall. See, those
aggression. Hey, bro.
The jungle.
Bro, aggression. Listen, aggression is an emotion, is an expression of an emotion. Lions are known for what?
Run in the jungle. All the animals are aware of the lion. Believe me, even the crocodiles, they are very careful. And they're walking on the prize land, okay?
For sure.
Hey, but it's been great, brother. Thank you. I want to connect with you. And shout out to all of the amazing folks at Urban Alchemy. They do a lot of phenomenal work in the community. And thank you, brother, for doing the work in the Tenderloin. For y'all that don't know, the Tenderloin is one of the hardest hit areas in San Francisco when it comes to homelessness, drug addiction, violence. That's
from
where
Turk and Mason,
yes.
From Turk and Mason to McAllister and Jones, from Eddie and Leavenworth, all the way up to Turk and You name it. That's where I'm doing this interview at right now on Turk and Jones. I mean,
Man.
Turk and High.
The heart of the Tenderloin. Okay, I am a Hunters Point native. I am baby Hunters Point. I am part of this Black community in San Francisco. I know all the areas, all the streets. I know all of the issues. So when you're talking to me, brother, I already know the work, the drive, the dedication that you have to connect with those folks, to decipher the mental health, the substance abuse, just the hopelessness. Yeah, it's some work. So congratulations to you, King. Happy to have you here as a hidden gem. One to highlight you, give you your flowers. Happy birthday to you. Thank you for being back in the community, being a man. Okay, because I seen a 50-something-year-old brother this weekend. King at an event, and he out on the floor twerking in front of women. I said, what kind of man we got in the community? I'm just saying. So thank you for being a man. Thank you for being a leader. Thank you for being the voice of the young people and leading by example, demonstrating what's possible. That's what you're doing by being free. That's what you're doing by being in the community, giving back with the people, brother. Thank you so much for what you're doing. We'll be connecting with you. Before we let you go, King, if you want to give any shout outs to any of the folks that have been around you through the journey, or you just want to uplift because there is something special to you in your life, please do it now before we wrap up today's segment.
Yeah, real quick, man. I want to give a shout out to all the people from the Bay Area. My boy Big Nolan, Naima, Pat, Davis Jones, Allegra, Leroy, all these people, Bayron Wilson, Artie Gilbert, Dr. Lena Miller, Jeff Dickey, all the dudes, all the women, all the sisters, all the brothers, black, brown, white, Asian, who work for the company, who push and get up in the mornings. My boy Rodney Rice from the Fillmore, a legendary figure from the Fillmore. Couldn't have did it without him. Couldn't be out here without him. Dudes from Southern California, man, our mentalities is a little different when it comes to certain things. But that's why we have coping skills. And that dude from Fillmore, you have to use your coping skills when you're dealing with them guys from Fillmore. But that's my loved one. I couldn't have been out here without him. Let me see. My boy Lou Hammond, ICJ, just everybody who I see every day. My boy Leroy, can't do it without my boy Leroy from the Hill. It's just been a blessing, a love, man. In prison, when we get out, they think that we're gonna suffer because we don't have a support system. But this has been my support system, man. So I want to shout out to all the people, Tanya Williams from the Rich, my boys from East Oakland, West Oakland, everybody that I see on a day-to-day basis, man. It's been all love, man, and I wouldn't change a thing. It's love and ain't nothing you can do about it.
Man, that's what's up. Shout out to my guy, to Leroy. I know Leroy. Shout out to my brother Bayron doing the security thing. That's my brother. Real dudes, been there, done that. And they are the folks that are impacting change. When we talk about a second chance community, these are the faces. This king you see here, some of the other kings that we brought on this platform, some of the queens, these are the second chance folks that we should always uplift and highlight and thank, because they are part of the community. So with that being said, thank you, brother Adias. I'll be looking forward to seeing you out in the community. Anything we could do here at both sides of the conversation to help you, reach out to us. We'll connect with you.
We'll do.
Help support you, King. Have a good evening. Salute to you. Happy birthday. And continue to do the work, brother.
Thank y'all, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Keep moving, man. We listening.
All right.
We following.
Salute
Yes,
to you, King.
Man, there we have it, y'all. Community. Wow. What a great hidden gem show tonight. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. See, you'd have heard all the spectrums, but at the end of the day, we came full circle back to connecting before we correct, community. If we're going to change the things in our community, we got to connect with the community. So I'm excited about today's hidden gem. My boy, brother Grant came on, lit us up. The sister Adama. I mean, come on, man. What else can we do today? I don't know. I just laid somebody to rest in the ground. I see other families going through the grievance. If I can't give up, I'm still here with you, community, even in the pain, even in the grievance. The bishop still showed up to show you some love. Show some love to somebody else. Have some compassion and humility. Go deep. when it gets rough. You heard me? Go deep when it gets rough. Don't give up. Don't throw your hands up. Keep pushing. Follow my lead. Even through the pain, even through the grievance, even through the turmoil, the bishop is still stepping and standing. Step and stand with me, people. Before we get to the benediction, hold on, I'm getting beside myself. I thought I was giving a benediction. Hold on, stop, slow down, Bishop. All right, Brother Mark, go ahead and holler at the people. Give us a synopsis of today, Brother Mark. Tell me what you heard and hear. How you feeling, King?
Well, you pretty much captured it, Bishop. We just made a full circle in the community, from feeding the body to nurturing the next generation with exposure to reestablishing solid men in the community who are giving back. I'm amazed at just how resilient, how powerful, and how transformative we are as a people. No matter what is thrown our way, somehow we keep finding a way to dig in, as you say, go deep and find that power within us to still stand on our square and come out and be what we need to be for our community and loved ones. Again, Bishop, salute to you for standing as strong as you do, having the vision and still giving and supporting even in your times of need. Man, when a shout out to the, like say, I can't wait to get a hold of some of that. Let's get it cracking. I need some of the fried lobster. Like I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, Mother Adama for blessing the children. Thank you, Queen. Continue to persevere. I hope you get all the resources you need, because the children need to have more people who are giving them exposure. And to our brother Adisa, Matt, thank you, because we need more real solid men in the community. And I know how society tends to look down on people who've been incarcerated and come out. And even though they talk about giving a second chance, there's always that stigma that hangs over the head. But he has enough gumption to still stand and be somebody, a force to be reckoned with and give back to the community. So salute to each one of the hidden gems. It's always an honor and a privilege to be on both sides of the conversation, because we have some amazing people in the community that need to be highlighted. So once again, thank you, Bishop.
Oh man, great to have you here. I promise you, as soon as you get off the bird and land here in the Bay Area, the first person I'm calling is Brother Grant. Say, Brother Grant, the voice is here. Let's get it cracking. We are on our way. Hook them up. We're gonna make sure we go over there, pull up, and get some nice seafood, and we'll just sit there and eat our fat faces and lick our fingers, and then we'll go holler at all the other people at that. We'll go see. Let's get it cracking first. Community, call up my guy. Let's get it cracking. You ain't had no seafood in a while. Call my guy up. Nobody does it better. All right, go check out Let's Get It Cracking. But again, great show today, Brother Mark, and just happy that you're here. Sister Io, we're praying for you. We'll see you. We got you. We hold it down. We uplift you. All the community folk. Where Io at? She's still here. Community, calm down. Io will be back. Don't worry. The bishop won't be here. Y'all keep telling him, get out the way, Bishop. Let Io and Mark take over. Okay, y'all can have the platform. All right. With that being said, okay, I got to get the benediction out the way, because we got to get out of here. It's late, but we have some phenomenal hidden gems, and that's what it's all about as this platform continue to uplift the voices of the people, change the narrative. The only way we do it is with you all. Thank you all for being the great people that you are, supporting these hidden gems, uplifting our community, following the bishop, walking with me, stomping with me, making sure we dismantle the systems, uplift the people. Yeah, that's what we do here at both sides of the conversation. I am a doer. I'm not a follower. I'm a doer. Yeah, like Brother Grant said, there's 1% of doers. I'm a doer. Even in the turmoil, even in the storm, I'm still stepping. Yeah, because I am the bishop. That's what it is. With that being said, community, let me get the benediction so we can get out of here. With that being said, community, tonight, if you missed out. Tonight, we have some phenomenal hidden gems. We started off with Brother Grant. Let's get it cracking. You talking about food. Not fast food. I'm talking about soul food. A brother that's cooking from the heart, making a way out of no way, changing the narrative, being an entrepreneur, blessing the community. Y'all heard him. He would never feed you nothing that he wouldn't eat. I don't know about some of these other restaurants. I've been there. I've had food poisoning. I've had some meals that I'm saying, hey, why would you serve me this? Go to Let's Get It Cracking. Pull up on him. He's out there in Antioch, Hillcrest. Go support the king. See, we always talk about the Black ecosystem. We always talk about reciprocity. We always talk about the Black dollar and how we have to support each other. Go out there, pick up a plate. Maybe you don't feel like cooking. Maybe your wife is crying. She don't want to cook. Go to Let's Get It Cracking. He gonna plug you, feed the whole family. I don't know. Go check him out. Shout out to that guy, Mr. Greg. Y'all go see him. Let's Get It Cracking. Support him. Check out his IG. Look at all the people that pull up, okay? They be pulling up. And look at the plates. Oh, my God. I don't know. They talk about Crestages and they talk about all these restaurants. I don't know. It's something about Let's Get It Cracking. I get it cracking. I mean, I'm getting drooly and drippy here just thinking about the seafood. All right. I don't know. But with that being said, secondly, we had the Weekend Wellness Project. We had Adama up here, powerful queen, doing stuff for the young people, exposing our community youth to other cities, other events, other things to uplift our young people. I believe with exposure becomes closure. Get it again, community. I'm dropping gems tonight. With exposure comes closure, closing off all of the negative thoughts, closing off all things that are impossible. When you expose youth to opportunities, when you take them places that they haven't been, when you give them the opportunity to see Black faces in other spaces, I mean, what could not trigger you to want to change? I mean, when young people go to different cities and see young people thriving, when they go to other cities and see other things that's not what they see every day, it's an opportunity. That sometimes is the inspiration. Sometimes that's the driving point that get young people excited. Say, hey, I'm going to go to school because I want to be like them. I want to be able to do this. I want to go there. I don't know. It's something about travel. It's something about expanding your view in your mind, the subconscious mind, seeing things, implement things and pull it into fruition. I think what they're doing over there at the Weekend Adventure is the start. Maybe this is the recipe that we need to add to all of our programming. Let's get our kids out of the city that they're from. Get them away from the environment that they're comfortable from. Give them an opportunity. The Weekend Wellness Project is doing it. And again, Adama Queen, all the things that you're asking for is going to come raining down on you. As long as you love on God's children, the blessing will come to you. Through the storm, there's a blessing coming on the other end. Keep pushing, Queen. And then lastly, we had the king, Brother Dias, coming here talking about his testimony, being vulnerable, talking about his experience, doing time, coming out, understanding the things that are holding our community down, being a part of the change, being that change maker in our community, being the narrative shift. This is real narrative shift stuff. These are the people who change the narrative in our community. Continue to support the work of brothers who are coming home. Community, be open to a second chance. Don't be like the system we live in, shutting on people who come home and, oh, they shouldn't be here. No, embrace them, love them, be patient with them. They are still dealing with their challenges of re-entering the community. As they come back into our community, let's embrace them with love. Let's embrace them with humility and empathy and give them the love, the patience to teach them the understanding, so that they can be sustainable in our community. We need more of the men of our community to come step and stand with community, move forward with the community, be intentional in their messaging, not just glorifying the time that they did, but exploring the time of positivity that they have impacted on the community. I don't know, community. That is my benediction tonight. I am still happy and uplifted because I'm here with you. Even the loss, even the pain, even the disconnect that sometimes happen in my life. I thank you all for continuing to keep me in your prayers. Continue to uplift me. And thank you, ancestors. Thank you, Lord, for uplifting the bishop and giving me the strength. Even in these times, without you all, where would I be? I don't tiptoe with my people. I step with my people. Community. The bishop loves you. We got some work to do. This gun violence in our community, we will resist it. We will dismantle the mentality of the homicidal folks in our community, the mental health that sometimes pushes our community over the edge, the PTSD and the trauma that we are experiencing in this community. We will continue to seek the mental health professional. We will continue to fight for the funding. We will continue to make sure access to resources will get to our community. With that being said, our next live show is this Thursday. We're going to be intentional this Thursday. You want to learn about grants? You want to understand grant writing? What's going on? Come check out this queen, Miss Marthea. She's going to come on here and teach you some real information that you need to know about grant writing. She's going to give out all kind of resources because that's just the type of lady she is. That's the kind of people that we connect with here at both sides of the conversation. People that give the sauce, who are willing to reach down and pull up the people, not the people who just pat around and I got a degree. I'm in a fraternity. I'm a sorority. I'm in a fraternity. I got all this money. I don't care about. No, I don't connect with those people. I correct those people. But we bring the people who love the people, who understand that sometimes our people don't get this information. Sometimes our community don't have that access, and they are willing to reach down and pull up the next generation. Those are the people we connect with here at both sides of the conversation. So, with that being said, community, we'll see you this Thursday. And if not, we'll see you Sunday. Another relationship conversation. You better tune in. Maybe you having some problems on social media. Maybe you liking too many people. Maybe your inbox is popping a little too hard. I don't know. But this Sunday, it's going to be a conversation. Are you ready? Get ready, community. We're going to break down the taboo and the stigma. That's what we do here. Both sides of the conversation. Eagles fly with egos. Tweety birds fly with Tweety birds. You own what you know. You could go to Penn State or you could go to State Penn. It's your choice, community. Let's go. Good night now, everybody. The
Good
Bishop
night.
is out.